Hello there, and welcome back to the quiz. This is The Missing Monkey, a quiz show that I invented just so that we could demonstrate and prove our knowledge of all things geek-related. Cartoons, comics, basically, as I've mentioned before, anything I define as geek. Now, the problem comes in the fact that since it's me that's writing most of the questions, you kind of get a feel over time as to what it is that I watch and play and read. For example, this week I've been playing The Last of Us. Anybody played The Last of Us? If you haven't, it's great. Go get it. It's brilliant stuff. The point being that if you don't know the questions, well, that's probably my bad. And if there's a subject matter that hasn't come up that you feel that you know a lot about, well, that's your bad. Tough. Now, it's my quiz. It's my rules. Which means that it's time for the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz Podcast. I'm Big Bad John, your host, and once again we have returned to IQ Games in Huddersfield, one of the best game shops in the north. I don't know much about game shops in the south, I haven't been there yet. But we have today playing 3 entirely new contestants. Jack, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
Fantastic. Now, my question to you is, are you a geek?
I like to think of myself as such.
And what sort of geek are you? Comics, films, games, books?
Definitely books, bit of games, bit of a mishmash of everything else, mostly books.
And what sort of books are you into?
Science fiction, fantasy, comedy. Basically, put something in front of me, I'll read it, I'll laugh, I'll read it again.
Excellent. And next to Jack, we have Dave Riley. How are you doing?
Hello.
And what sort of geek are you? More to the point, are you a geek, or have you snuck in under the radar?
Snuck in under the radar. Not really a geek.
You're not a geek?
Of course I am.
Okay, what sort of geek are you?
Board games, war games, video games, film, TV, generally assorted everything.
And what was the last game you played?
Can't remember.
Good answer. Well done. Very informative. Let's make sure that we keep up with the information level on that standard.
Braggart, that was it.
What?
Braggart.
Oh, I thought you said maggot. It's like I've not heard of that one. And next to Dave, we have Chris. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm just fine.
And are you a geek?
I certainly am.
And what sort of geek are you?
Mostly board games and role-playing games.
And what board games is your particular feel?
I'm very much enjoying Archipelago, or King of Pineapples, as we call it.
King of Pineapples.
Officially called Archipelago.
Moving on. Right, before we get started, we've got apologies for last time. Last time, one of the specialist subjects was proper grammar. And it has been pointed out to me that some of my proper grammar questions were not properly grammatically correct. Of which my response is tough. Like I said, my game, my rules. That's the best part about being the question master. As usual, we have to my left, the judge with a shotgun, Muriel. Anybody gets anything out of line, we know it from my left. Sound is being taken care of by Jim, and again we have the audience as provided by IQ Games. Give us a cheer for yourselves. So I suppose we'd best dig into round one. Round one is 20 questions on the buzzers. If you get a question right, I will ask you and only you a question of this on the same subject. Is that clear?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, it would help if you spoke into the microphones occasionally. Jack, is that clear?
Yes.
Dave?
Yep.
Chris?
Yep.
Fantastic stuff. If you know the answer to a question that I've asked somebody else, feel free to throw in the answer. If they get it wrong, you just won't score any points. Now we check that the buzzers are working. Are you ready? Jack? Dave? Chris? And here we go. Round one, question one. In comics terms, who is the Hellblazer? Oh, we're off to a brilliant start already. It would be John Constantine. Never mind. Question two. Whose adventures included transforming into such people as the Red Knight, the Hunter, the Cook, the Spaceman, the Diver, the Wizard, the Cowboy, or the Clown? Oh my God, the audience has gone berserk. You can tell we've got a younger player count here. Oh, not like it was ever shown before you were born. Audience, would you care to throw in unison? 3, 2, 1, it was? Mr. Ben. The audience gets a point. Since we're doing this in front of a live audience, we'll even allow the live audience the follow-up question. Audience, your follow-up question, and throw up your hand if you think you know it. Whose cue to arrive was the phrase, and then, as if by magic, go on. The shopkeeper appeared. Any of you three actually watched or even heard of Mr. Ben?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I have seen precisely one episode.
Right, I might have to throw these questions out then, but never mind. Question 3. How did Axel Foley disable the car of the police officers set to watch him? Using which item as a big clue? Again, the audience is going a bit nuts. Nobody's watched Beverly Hills Cop. Oh my God.
Not doing very well here, are we?
Should I just go home?
No, you've made it all the way across here, specially to play. Anyone want to make a guess as to what you could use to disable a police car?
Cattle trops?
A gun.
No.
Cattle trops?
No.
Did he tie a chain to the back axle of the car?
No. Audience, it was a banana. You know what? I'm just going to skip the follow-up questions, otherwise you'll just take a piss completely. No, hell to it. Let's do it. Audience, your follow-up question. When Sylvester Stallone left the project, he took his Beverly Hills script with him and made which film? It is indeed Cobra. Cobra, Sylvester Stallone's Beverly Hills Cop script. Go watch it. No, in fact, don't. Go and watch Beverly Hills Cop, you bunch of young know-nothings.
Sorry, sir.
All right. Let's try a bit more up to date. Question 4. Which item is used in the save points in ICO? Oh, jeez.
A statue.
No.
A journal?
No. Jack?
A mysterious glowing orb?
No.
I don't know.
It was a stone bench or sofa. Really? Nobody's played ICO either. Question 5. How's the scores doing there? Oh, the audience has 4 points so far. Right, question 5. Role-playing games. You know role-playing games. You've heard of role-playing games, at least.
Yep.
Good. Right, question 5. In Deadlands, the agency, the Men in Black Dusters, used to be known as what? Muriel, how are you doing? Excellent. Right. Do we think we're going to get any scores out of them? I'm hearing the boinging.
The Black Hats.
No. Good effort, though. Actually, well done on making an effort. Anyone else want to throw in at this point?
FBI?
Nope. It was the Pinkerton Detective Agency. However, they turned into the agency, which in future terms would be the CIA. So you're not far off, except being completely wrong. All right. Question 6. Even more up to date. Give me the 3 children of Cersei Lannister. Dave.
Joffrey,
Yep.
Tommen, and
Yep.
Marcella.
Well done. He's got a point, everybody.
First point, finally.
Your follow-up question. You get a follow-up. No. Stop with the handshakes. Your follow-up question. Which weapon is preferred by the Viper?
He prefers a polearm or spear.
Yes, he does. Any specific sort? Do you want to add in?
Usually poisoned.
Indeed. Poison-tipped spear. Right, you get a point for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, you.
Shall I quit while I'm ahead?
You nearly caught up halfway to the audience.
I'm
All
not
right,
ahead.
question 7. On the island of Catan, who lives in the desert? Dave.
The thief.
The robber. I'll give
Robber,
you that one.
thief.
Yep, absolutely. Your follow-up question. What is the general trade rate with the bank without owning a port?
1 to 4.
Indeed. Well, 4 to 1.
4 to
Yeah.
1.
I'll give you the point for that. Well done. 4 points so far. You've matched the audience.
I've matched the audience.
Audience, you've got some catching up to do.
Oh dear.
Question 8. Whose nemesis is Opal Cowboy? Dave.
Either Artemis Fowl or Foley.
It is Artemis Fowl. I'll give you that point. All right, your follow-up question. Who kidnapped Artemis's father?
Oh, it was the Russians.
Yep.
Just the Russians?
Well,
Russian mob?
yeah, there we go. The Russian mafia. Question 9. What are the 6 flavours of quark? Chris.
Up, down, top, bottom, charm, and strange.
Well done. Have a point for that one. Round of applause. All right, your follow-up question. Which is the closest star system to ours?
Alpha Proximi.
No. One last shot.
Centauri.
Yeah, Alpha Centauri. I'll let you have that. Oh, it is otherwise known as Rigel Kent. Close family of Superman, obviously. All right, it's a joke to me. I thought it was funny.
Ha, ha, ha.
All right. Question 10. Which notable clothing choice is consistently worn by Louise Belcher, daughter of Bob of Bob's Burgers? You can't get much more up-to-date than a current TV show.
Heelys.
Chris. It's what?
Heelys.
No. Anyone?
Jeggings?
No. The audience? It's Pink Bunny Ears. The audience gets a point. All right, your follow-up question, audience. Which actor connects Bob's Burgers and Archer? H. John Benjamin is the right answer. Again, players, you've got to catch up. All right, question 11. Which power was granted Jesse Custer, the preacher, by Genesis? No.
Gonna guess immortality?
No.
Nope.
If I keep throwing it to the audience, then they're just going to pull straight ahead. So I'm just going to move on and say it was the Word of God. Lots of nodding from over there. Fine. Question 12. Oh, the scores are racking up. Question 12. Who played M. Bison in the Street Fighter film? I'm guessing you were probably, 2? Chris?
Van Diesel.
No, much older than that.
Sylvester Stallone?
No. Jack, does your buzzer still work?
Possibly.
Okay.
I'm scared to press it.
Press it away. It's only you to answer.
I haven't a goddamn clue.
Okay. The audience again knows I'm certain of it. Go on. Raul Julia.
Who?
No, you're not having that follow-up. Moving on. Question 13. Kids Telly from way before your time. Question 13. Who narrated Stop It and Tidy Up?
I've seen Stop It and Tidy Up. I love Stop It and Tidy Up. I don't know anything about the people behind it.
Oh, my word.
I don't know it.
Okay, it's a fairly famous British voice. Nothing? No. It was Terry Wogan. Oh, no.
I hadn't even heard of it.
Right, okay, moving on.
Terry Wogan.
I've heard of Terry Wogan. Just
Yes.
not Stop It and Tidy Up.
There's Go and Play, there's Be Quiet and Behave, there's The Big Bad I Said No.
Oh, well, you'd have done well on the old follow-up questions, then. Did you know that Stop It and Tidy Up was partly funded by the Tidy Britain group with the aim
Yes.
to reduce the amount of unsolicited rubbish in the UK?
Yes, I did. And there was
Didn't
a
manage
and there
it,
was
did
a
they?
little cardboard booklet version. They made little books as well.
Awesome. It was what? It was started by the WI. Oh, that. Do we have any members of the WI here? Show of hands. And a cheer. There we go. You're being beaten at a geek quiz by the WI.
I feel like I've caught naughty pox.
Yes. Question 14. Role-playing. You ready? Hands on buzzers. Okay, roll. Which Steve Jackson role-playing game involves cartoon physics and stipulates... Chris.
Toon.
Yes, well done. All right, your follow-up. How does Toon refer to the GM? By what name?
The Animator?
Yes, well done. Have a point. All right, question 15. I can't believe how many of these questions now look from before you were born. All right, question 15. Which action film? Big clue in, probably it was before you were born, but we'll see. Which action film features a toilet bomb, a boot full of Krugerrands, and diplomatic immunity? You in the audience there chose not to play today, so...
Is it the original Die Hard?
No, it isn't. Good effort, though. We're thinking
At
along
least
the
I'm
right
trying.
lines. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone else want to give it a shot?
I've got nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Sorry.
Okay. Audience? Lethal Weapon 2. All right. Audience, your follow-up. Come on, we'll get a high score here. Actually, you have scored higher today than some people have overall, so we're not doing bad. Audience, which actress played the love interest in Lethal Weapon 2?
Go home now.
It was Patsy Kensit. Well done, audience. All right. Question 16. Sci-fi books. Jack, you ready? Your hand on the buzzers.
Hooray.
Who is the Emperor of the Baryaran Empire? The Emperor of Baryar. I have no idea who pressed that first. It was Dave.
Barry?
Barry.
Barry R. Empire?
His name.
I'm going to
No.
go with being funny because I've got
I'm
nothing
afraid
on
that was my choice also.
We all agree it was definitely Barry R. Empire.
No.
The R is for Reginald.
Shut up. I have got a knife around here somewhere. I can come and find you.
Please put me out of my misery.
It was Emperor Gregor Vorbara. Go and read the books. They're brilliant.
Series?
It was the Vorkosigan series.
By?
Lois McMaster Bujold, who happens to be my favourite author, I have held off on asking anything about the Vorkosigan saga for 8 episodes so far. I thought I'll sneak in one, hoping that somebody might have a clue. How many of the audience have even heard of the Vorkosigan saga? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. Some people know. It's really
When
good.
was it published?
They're still publishing them now. They're still in print. Go get them. They're great. All right. Question 17. In the Fantasy Flight game Arkham Horror... Ooh, excited face. How are the non-Arkham locations listed on the board? Chris?
They're essentially in a sort of sidebar.
They are, but what's the label on that sidebar?
The Outer Realms?
Oh, sorry. Anyone else want to give it a shot?
Outer Lands?
No.
Outer Lands? No.
Jack?
I don't know.
They
sorry.
are the other worlds. Sorry about that. All right. Question 18 in this high-scoring, hectic round that we've got going on here.
That's right. We'll pick it up. We'll
We'll
pick
pick
it
it
up
up.
on specialist subjects.
Oh, yes, the specialist subjects to go yet. Question 18. In which city is The Wire set? Chris?
Detroit?
No. Dave?
New York?
No.
Chicago?
No. It was Baltimore. Question 19. All right, let's see how your foreign language skills are. By
Well-
what name is the board game Funkenschlag known in the... Dave?
Power Grid.
Yes, well done. Have a point. Your follow-up question. How about Zug Zug? Put your hand down, audience.
I'll pass on that one.
Go on, audience. It is Ticket to Ride.
Which is a terrible game, don't bother with
Yes,
it.
they don't get the point for it. They didn't get the first one, because one of our players did. Hurrah!
Hooray!
Any translations on either of them you want to guess at?
Train to Train and Power Grid, I believe.
Funkenschlag
Power
is
Station.
actually Spark Hit, and Zug Zug is Step by Step, just as your translations. Apparently, according to my translating module, which is, could be wrong.
Tuken, it's a pun.
Okay.
It's also Train by Train.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well done on knowing that.
There
You
was
don't
a
get any points
I knew
for
there
that.
was a reason I spent those 4 years studying this.
Okay. Question 20. Who was the prisoner in Cell 5 at Lark Hill? Dave.
It was V.
It was indeed
He has no other name.
All right, your follow-up question. Who is the voice of Britain?
Oh,
Don't swear. Don't beat your head against the table. Beat your head against Jack. It might knock something. Go on.
I can see his face, but I can't think.
I'll give you the actor. I'll give you the actor's name if you can come up with that. I'll give you the point.
No, it's gone.
It was anyone? It was Lewis Prothero, as
Prothero.
played in the film
Yes.
by Roger Allen.
All I
Well,
had in my head was Portillo.
that
That's
was
real world.
round one, and a high-scoring round indeed that was. Let's check the scoreboards. Do we want to check? No, we don't want to check the scoreboards.
No, go on.
We really... Okay, starting at the back of the pack. Jack, you have a grand total score of nothing. A duck, a big fat zero, zip. I can keep going for a while. Just really push it in there. You've got nouts. Let's have a round of applause for Jack.
Hooray!
Chris, you have a score of 4. Well done, Chris. Let's have a round of applause. Dave, you have a score of 8. Well done, Dave.
Best of the contestants.
Audience, you have a score of 9.
To be fair, there's more of them.
To also be fair, I didn't even know I was doing this until 5 minutes before I left the house.
Do you think that's really an excuse?
Yes.
Good effort. Well done. And with that, we finish round 1.
Thank goodness.
Hello, and welcome back to the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz podcast. We're going to start round 2. Round 2 is the specialist subject round. 15 questions on your personal specialist subject. Since the audience hasn't nominated any specialist subjects, they won't be eligible to score in this round. So there. As usual, we have decided by means of monkey knife fight as to who will be playing first, second, and third. Chris, you're up first. Your specialist subject is the games of Vlada Shvatil, of which I'm not entirely sure if that's the correct pronunciation. Would you like to correct me?
I was expecting the games of Lada Chvachil.
Yeah, we'll go with mine.
I looked it up on Wikipedia.
You might have, but I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I tried Polish the other day. I nearly wrenched my neck. All right, then. Chris, are you ready? Don't
Ever be.
Don't worry about your buzzer. You won't need it. These questions are just for you. All right, question 1. What nationality is...
Check.
1 point. Question 2. Galaxy Trucker. For what corporation are you working for in Galaxy Trucker?
Star Corp.
Chris?
Go on.
Well
Go on,
done on having the old practice and swatting up. What's your answer to the corporation is... Go.
Dave. Space Corp.
No. Riley?
Corporation Incorporated.
Indeed. Question 3. When building, how many guns does the rulebook recommend putting on your ship?
As many as possible.
Well done. Word for word. Have a point. Question 4. What is the value in cosmic credits of a hazardous material cube?
It is worth 4 cosmic credits.
It is. Well done. Question 5. Why should you not build crew cabins adjacent?
In case of space plague.
Because...
Because if 2 cabins are adjacent to each other when plague happens and they are and they are both populated, then you lose 1 crew member from each of them.
Indeed. Much more information than I needed, but you get the point and bonus knowledge credits.
Is that worth any points?
No, absolutely not. All right, let's move on to Space Alert. How many people can fit into a grav lift?
1 person can fit in a grav lift.
Yep, well done, have a point. How many fuel capsules is the ship supplied with?
3 fuel capsules.
Yep, well done. What happens when you hit the C button in the upper red room? That's top left.
Top left, okay. In the upper red room, you go into space in a fighter plane, provided you are commanding a squad of battlebots.
You launched the interceptors, well done. Question 9. What game is supported by the Ministry of Dungeons Educational Trust Fund?
Is it by any chance Dungeon Lords?
It is. How many words are there on a Pictomania card?
6.
No.
Oh, is it 10 then?
No.
It's however many is on the dice.
It's 7.
7.
Or if you wanted to go both sides, it'd be 14. I'd accept either answer.
Yeah. I've not played Victormania, I'm afraid. It's very hard to find.
Question 11. If you make a mistake, in which game are you a funny-looking bush?
Bunny Bunny Moose Moose.
Yep, well done. Have a point.
Look out, can you hear someone? It's the hunter with his gun.
You've played a lot of these.
I haven't even played Bunny Bunny Moose Moose. I just read the instruction booklet on PDF because that's how my life has turned out.
Should we move up or give up?
It's
All
fine.
right. Question 12. In which game do you fight Orc, Karns, and Draconum?
I believe that would be Tashkalar.
It's Mage Knight, the board game.
Of course it's Mage.
Question 13. In which ancient kingdom is Mage Knight set?
The Kingdom of Talis?
No, it's the Atlantean kingdom.
I didn't actually know that.
Question 14. In Through the Ages, what do light bulbs represent?
Innovation. Science.
Yes!
I've not played it, I'm afraid.
I'll go with it. It's science points. All right.
It's a civilization hack, so yeah.
Question 15, final question.
Yep.
At the time of recording, which Vlada Shavatil, and I don't care how you pronounce it, that's what I'm going with, which of his games ranks highest on Board Game Geek? And this is absolutely correct as of time of recording.
I believe that the Vlada Chvachil game ranking highest on Board Game Geek at the moment would most likely be... Oh, it'll probably be Tashkalar, because it's based on Buzz.
It's not.
Is it Galaxy Trucker then?
No, it's not.
What is it?
Galaxy Trucker comes in at 85. Space Alert at 63. Mage Knight at 9. It's Through the Ages at number 2.
I'll bugger Through the Ages.
You probably
Well,
would.
if you'd done your research on Board Game Geek, you'd know.
Incidentally, as an alternate answer to how many people can a Gravelift fit and how many fuel capsules is a sitting duck class vessel equipped with, I could also offer not bloody enough.
Yes, I fully agree, even though I never want to play that game ever again.
Such a good game.
Yes, and you end up hitting all of your friends in the face.
I ran into a
Hooray.
wall.
In game?
I'm not going to...
No, just as a child, Jack.
Chris, your specialist subject round, you have scored 10 points. Give them a big round of applause.
Hey, you are now in front of the audience.
Well done. Right, okay then. Moving swiftly on, we move down the line to Mr. Dave Riley. Dave, how are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
And for your specialist subject, you have picked the animals of Farthing Wood.
Did I?
No, you didn't, but I thought I'd throw you that one anyway.
Okay.
I always
Well
say
then.
people piss around on the lists. I'm going to ask them 15 questions on the animals of Farthing Wood. Thankfully, you didn't, but then you gave me the subject of Warhammer 40k, the Orcs.
Yep.
That's a nice, easy one to research for you. But there you go. Are you ready for your 15 questions?
As I'll ever be, this could be embarrassing for me, but we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. Question 1. Who biologically engineered the Orcs?
The Brain Boys.
Yes, well done. Have a point. Who were the Orcs originally created to fight?
The Enslavers or possibly the Necrons, your choice?
No, your choice. Pick one.
We'll go with the Enslavers.
It was the Necrons. The Necrons and their Catan Masters.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 3. Why are the orc rockets painted yellow?
Not sure.
Oh,
I thought they were painted red so they'd go faster.
Because they're
No.
vehicles.
They're painted yellow because
Right.
they ran out of red.
No. Red does make things go faster. Yellow makes things
Rich. Blue is lucky.
Explodey.
make things with bigger explosions. Right, fair enough. Question 4. Which orc caste creates their technology?
That would be the mechs.
It would. Question 5. Who are the Yellers?
The, hang on. Gets right. The, Bad Moons.
The what?
The Bad Moons. That's a clan.
No, Yellers.
Yellers. Oh, shouty ones. Dunno.
They are the priests of Gork and Mork.
Mm.
Question 6. What is the crew of a grot bomb launcher?
A grot.
Yeah, all right. It's a single Gretchen or grot. Question 7. What's the classification of the orc bankers?
The orc bankers are... That'd be the bad... Again, it'd be the Bad Moons, wouldn't it?
It's the some boys.
Bank Boys?
No, it's the some boys.
The Sum Boys.
Yes.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they do the
Right.
sums.
Question 8.
I said this would be embarrassing for me.
Who chaperone the weird boys?
That would be a load of grots with bells.
Have you got a name for them?
Grot handlers?
No. That's what
Clankers?
It's the minders.
Uh,
Are you alright?
yeah.
Okay.
Well done, Orky Dave.
Right, okay. Question 9. What's the orc equivalent of the Emperor Titan?
That would be a Great Gargant.
Yeah, I'll let you have that. It's the Mega Gargant, but I'll let you have that.
Yeah.
Alright, question 10. And here's one for you to get your tongue around. Who is the greatest orc warlord, the orc who unleashed both the Second and Third War for Armageddon?
Mag Ulthracker. Bollocks, I've forgotten his first name.
If you can give me 3 of his names, I'll be
Mag
impressed.
Ulthracker.
Mag Ulthracker. Go on,
Yeah.
have a guess at his first. I'll let you have the point.
I know this.
It took me 3 efforts to write it, for God's sake.
Oh. My mind has gone entirely blank. I do know it. Gorbag Magulthracker? No, that's the other one. Gazgul Magulthracker. There we
Yes,
go. Gazgul
there
Magulthracker.
we
How
go.
did I...
Well done.
I should know that. I really, really should have known that straight off the bat.
All right, question 11. Which tribe fights under black and white checks?
The Goths.
Yes. Question 12. Which tribe have worked with the Imperium?
That would be the Blood Axes.
Yes, well done. And what's the motto of the Evil Sons?
Red ones go faster.
Sorry?
Red ones go faster.
Red ones go faster. Question 14. Who was the Orc warlord in charge during the Ullanor Crusade?
Ullanor. Oh. Was that Nezdrag?
No.
No, it wasn't Nezdrag.
I'll give you one more shot.
No, it's gone.
It's Urlak Uruk.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
Okay, do you know who defeated him?
Defeat him at Ullanor. Ullanor was the Ultramarines, wasn't it? No.
After who actually did the killings?
Did the killing. No, it's gone.
It was Horus. Horus.
Yes, Horus, yeah.
Okay then. Well, at the end of your specialist subjects, you have scored 8 points. Well done.
1 point behind.
And moving down the table. Hi, Jack.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Not too badly.
Now then, you've had to fill in at the last minute, as proved by round 1. Simply because it's said that you know something about this specialist subject.
1 or 2 things.
Today's specialist subject for Jack will be the Ankh-Morpork, the City and Watch. Okay, not the Game & Watch, the City and the Watch.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, 15 questions. Question 1. What is happening in Ankh-Morpork when it's first seen in the books?
I believe it's on fire.
It is on fire. Well done. Have a point. Is that That's the first point you've scored today. Magnificent.
He will
Hooray.
score 14 more this round.
Excellent. Question 2. The owner of what sort of establishment stole the missing letters from the gloom of night?
That would be Hugo, the hairdresser.
Indeed. Well done. Question 3. Which area of the city contains the Opera House?
The Isle of Gods.
No.
No?
It's the Isle of Dogs. Damn. Is it not? Are you sure? Oh. I have been corrected. Absolutely certain?
Isle
In
of
which
Dog-
case, you got that one right. I'm wrong. There we go. Have a point.
Isle of Dogs is the one in London that it's based off. It's called the Isle of Gods because it also houses the Temple of Small Gods.
In which case, somewhere along the lines, there's been a misspelling on my bit of paper. So I'll take the hit for that one. You get the point.
Yay.
And now I'll just close my book and leave. All right. Question 4. Who are Keith and Roderick?
Keith and Roderick, they are two male, I believe, hippos in the service of the Royal Heralds.
Indeed. Well done. Have a point. Question 5. Who designed and built Empirical Crescent?
That would be a Burgot Studley Bloody Stupid Johnson.
Yep. Have a point. Question 6. Before it was a public building, what was the Ankh-Morpork Art Museum?
I believe it was a palace.
It wasn't just a palace.
The Royal Palace?
I'll let you have it. It was the King's Palace.
Close enough.
Question 7. Who was the second dwarf member of the Watch?
The second, I believe Cheery Littlebottom.
Nope.
No? Cuddy?
Yeah, I'll let you have it. Right. With obviously the first being?
Carrot.
Yes, well done.
Forgiven Valley's a dwarf.
He is classifiably a dwarf. He's
Depends
done all
on-
the ceremonial stuff. He's a dwarf. To all dwarfs, he is a dwarf.
Depends on which dwarfs you ask. Some of the deep downers say that he's not enough of a dwarf.
Some of the deep downers shouldn't be asked questions at all.
Yeah, definitely.
Should we really get into an argument about this right here?
Yes!
You're only delaying the answering of more questions, you know, more points. You're doing quite well.
You're listening to Big Bad John's Dwarven Theology Night.
Moving on.
Swiftly.
Question 8. Where was the free festival of music with rocks in held?
No.
Oh, he's struggling. Come on.
Big Park, middle of Ankh-Morpork. I can remember where it got its name from,
Yeah.
which is ridiculously obscure.
Okay.
It's not the mall, it's, Hyde Park?
It is Hyde Park. Well done. Have
Which
a
was-
point.
In the Discworld named after the amount of area that one man with one half of an oxen could plough in 3 hours.
Okay. Do you know what the real world equivalent of that is?
No.
It's an acre.
Close enough.
Close enough. Question 9. Which team is the rival of the Dolly Sisters Football Club? Oh, don't let us down now. You're doing so well.
Ooh.
You've not had a wrong one yet.
Shh. I think it's either Shamwell or Shamlegger Street.
It was the Dimwell Old Palace. You broke your
Oh.
bone. Oh, let's have an awe from you. Oh. Never mind. Time to go on.
Oh, game's over. I had
All
fun.
right, question 10. What is annually left on the headstone of Sergeant Keel?
That would be a lilac. No, a hard-boiled egg.
There we go. Was it a lilac? I thought it was lavender. I'm wrong again, aren't I? Serves me right for not fact-checking every bloody detail again. Could be why I have problems searching for lavender. Right, just changing that in my book. There we go. Question 11. What's the name of the patrician's dog, or what was the name of the patrician's dog?
Waffles?
Yep, have a point. Question 12. By which gate of the city does the River Ank enter?
Oh.
The big clue is the river entering. I'm going to have to push you. Give me a chance. I'll come over there and do it deliberately.
Go back. I don't know, I'm afraid.
It's the Watergate.
Oh, of course it is.
It certainly isn't water when it leaves. Question 13. Which watch members were sent on a diplomatic mission to Bonk?
That would be Commander Sam Vimes,
1,
Detritus,
2,
and I believe Cheery Littlebottom.
3.
See, Sergeant Anger would have been requested, but quit for personal reasons. Same for Clamper and Carrot.
Fair enough. You get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember anyone else that went along, which is kind of annoying, but...
No. That's good. Question 14. Which Ankh-Morpork landmark is known as the Bad Penny?
That would be the large, not windmill or water wheel, treadmill on top of the old mint.
Indeed, it's the Mint. And for question 15, your final question. On which street did Mr. Hong open the Three Jolly Look Takeaway Fish Bar?
Dagon Street?
It's Dagon Street. Well done, have a point. And your score is 13 points.
Is that the best so far for specialist rounds?
No, we have actually had, in the previous episode, we had one scoring 13, and once upon a time, many, many moons ago, we had a 14 out of 15. You
So
came
close.
so close. I think that deserves another round of applause, because it might be your last. I'm off. But you've done very well. Well done, sir. And with that, we end round 2. Catch us back here in 2 minutes for round 3. Hello and welcome back to the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz podcast. It is now time for round 3, but before we do that, let's have a look at the scoreboard. Do we look at the scoreboard? Yeah. Oh my God, it is actually all to play for. Chris, you're trailing, but I usually say this sarcastically, but only by a tiny margin. You're trailing with 14 points in third place. No, you're not. You're in second place. It's Jack that's trailing with 13. With only 2 points ahead, though, it's Dave on 16. So, round of applause to start us off. And let's hit round 3. Round 3 is 15 questions on the buzzers. Are your buzzers working? Chris, Dave, Jack. Great stuff. Round 3, question 1. In which comic would you meet Agent Graves, who would give you a briefcase with a gun, ammunition, papers, and immunity to kill? Oh, blank looks out all around. Okay. That would be 100 bullets. Question 2. The original Gauntlet arcade cabinet only had 2 buttons per player. What was written on those buttons, or for those buttons? Chris?
Jump and punch.
Nope. Anyone else?
I've got nothing.
It was fire and magic. Oh well. Question 3. How is Officer Alex Murphy better known? Jack?
Is it Tex?
No.
Damn.
Anyone? Dave?
Murphs, just as a nickname.
No. Chris?
Tubbs.
No. Audience? Alex Murphy is... RoboCop.
Ooh, yeah, I really should have got that.
Yeah. Question 5. Here's a question I'm expecting nobody to get. Just because I love it means nobody else does. Question 5. Published in 1997 by Archangel Entertainment, which role-playing game was designed for playing action movies, including such skills as Take-Two and automatic dialogue replacement?
I got nothing.
No, I didn't think so. Chris? Jack? Anything? Chris?
Is it... action! Exclamation mark.
No. Audience, anyone even heard of this game? It's not Feng Shui. It's Extreme Vengeance. With such add-ons as Die and Die Again. I've got them on my shelf. Have a look next time you're around. Question 6. What are the names of the 3 balls in Quidditch? Dave.
The bludgers, the quaffle, and the golden snitch.
Well done. Have a point. Question 7. What's the atomic number of oxygen? Chris.
The atomic number of oxygen is 6.
No.
Is it
Jack.
16?
No. Dave.
14, I want to say.
You want to say what?
14.
14. No.
There's carbon.
Yeah.
It is... Oh, go on, audience. It is 8. Well done, audience. Have a point.
Oh, of course.
All right, question 8. Which game, board game, involves the Creative Cat, Data Head, Wordworm, and Star Performer?
I know
Dave.
it. Oh, bollocks.
I so
No,
want
it's
to use
gone.
so many puns for this one.
Oh, it has... I know it, but it's gone.
Okay, anyone else want to make a guess? Nothing going on in the head at all.
I knew it, but no, it's gone.
Straining the brain.
Yeah. I'm terrible under pressure.
Absolutely. Audience!
Oh, bollocks! Yeah, cranium!
Now, do I allow the point even after the shitty jokes? Go on, I'll give you the point even after the shitty jokes. Alright, we'll just go back to the question that I blatantly missed. Let's see if we can get this one. What's the name of Inspector Gadget's niece?
Is it
Jack.
Penny?
It is Penny! Well done, have a point.
I got a point. Finally, general knowledge. I know something that isn't Discworld.
Hurrah! Question 9. What is the only vehicle in the board game Escape from Colditz? Chris?
Is it a hot air balloon?
No, it isn't. Dave?
It's the car.
The car. Anything further you want to throw into...
Specifically the... It's the Nazis' car that's in the courtyard that you
Yeah,
can steal.
I'll give it to you. It's the staff car.
That's the one.
Yes.
No,
All right. Question 10. In the Golden Age comic, as in the comic that is called The Golden Age, whose brain replaced that of Dan the Dynamite? Chris?
Bob.
No.
I've got nothing.
Okay.
Guess.
Jack?
I did.
Audience? No. Okay. You should read these things. They're great stuff. They saved Hitler's brain.
Ooh.
Of course
Yeah.
it would be Hitler's brain.
All
In a
right,
jar.
question 11.
Always Hitler.
Let's bring things a bit more up to date. It's a video game question for you. Anyone here play video games? You ever heard of a video game?
Occasionally.
I think so.
Question 11.
Yeah.
What is the name of the operating system in the Aperture Science Laboratories? Jack.
GLaDOS. General Life Form and Disk Operating System.
It is indeed GLaDOS. You have a point. Well done.
I have 2.
Oh. Question 12. Just outside Hill Valley, what is the name of the canyon the teacher famously fell into and died? Have you even seen these films?
I know
don't-
it's named
I have
after
no
her,
idea
but
what
I
you're
don't
talking
remember
about.
her name because
Okay.
I'm bad at
It
names.
changes its name. I'll allow you either one. The one at the start of the film or the one at the end of the film.
I read about this like last week. It's
Okay.
gone.
Yeah, I
Happy Valley.
Nope.
No.
can't remember the
I
name
don't
of it.
think you even know what films we're talking about
No,
here.
I don't. I have
No.
no idea what
It's-
you're talking about, but if I don't guess, I can't score a point.
Yes.
Can't
Half a
remember
point
it.
for naming the movie?
No.
Oh.
There are no half points in this game.
Yeah, but then they might guess it.
No, I know what film it is.
Okay.
I just can't remember for the life of me her name.
Okay. It was Clayton Ravine, which
That was
changed
it.
into Eastwood Ravine.
Eastwood, yeah, because...
What film
yeah,
is that, by the way?
Back to the Future Part 3.
Oh, I've never seen Back to the Future.
Because
sorry.
You've
Clint
never
Eastwood
seen Back
goes
to the
off
Future.
the Yeah.
Hey, well, I know
I'm
what
not
we're
sure I
doing.
want to be your friend anymore.
I have played the card game Back to the Future, if that helps.
No.
It does not.
Is
Yeah.
it? I've only played it once. Lucy made me. When
All
I
right.
wanted to play Chrononauts.
Question 13, deliberately pandering to the audience here. Why should you not open that trap door? Chris.
There's a monster down there.
Oh.
There's monsters down there.
Oh my word. Oh, painful.
No. Up there.
Audience vote,
Sorry.
yes or no?
Monster in there?
Oh,
Monster in there?
Oh. I've seen the intro sequence on YouTube. Give me a break.
No, watch the entire series. Yeah. The audience voted against you. All right. Question 14. I'm going to list some TV and movie film tie-ins that were made into fully published role-playing games. One of them isn't real. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, you can wait until I get to the end of the list or buzz in any time you like. Firefly, Men in Black, Back to the Future, Starship Troopers, World of Warcraft, and The Dresden Files.
Starship Troopers.
Nope, that one fully published.
I want to say World of Warcraft simply because I don't
Nope,
think that they're
fully
given the...
published.
Yeah.
Jack.
Men in Black.
Nope, I've got that one. It was the Back to the Future role-playing game.
Really?
I'd have thought they'd have made one of that.
Yeah, you'd have thought so for all of them, but there you
Yeah.
go.
Is that why you had it as a question then?
No. I happen to quite like Back to the Future. Question 15.
Here we go.
There is literally no chance any of you is going to get this question, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Question 15. Jason Denault travelled to Pyrrhus, the deadliest world ever colonized, in which book? That's at least two members of the audience nodding. Chris?
Victory.
No.
One on your shelf.
Yes. It's a very good answer and true, but doesn't score you the
Can you
point.
be more
Jack.
specific, Dave?
I haven't a clue.
Okay. Would the audience like to score one final point by shouting out? It's just Death World, the first one. He goes to different worlds in 2 and 3, but yes, it was Death World. And the audience does indeed score one more point. Right. I'm now terrified to look at the scoreboard. But I suppose we'd better.
Can I just say, we'd have scored more points if we were about 3 decades older.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely, thank you. Putting the question master firmly on your side with that one.
Open mouth, insert foot.
No, just... So, Chris, you scored nothing! All right. Final scores are, strangely enough, in 4th place is the audience with only 12 points.
Thank goodness.
Well done. Which means one of you three has to have won. Chris, you came 3rd. 14 points. Well done, Chris. Jack, you came 2nd with 15 points. Well done. Dave tearing away the lead by a full 4 points on 19. Dave Riley, you are this week's winner.
Hooray!
Here you go. Here's
Although
your
I don't
prize.
think I
Hand it
really earned
over.
it.
Solid gold medal, not at all made out of plastic. Right. This is the point at which I tell you where to go and start reading things, but after the list of things that we've covered today, I would suggest you go away and watch and read all of it, starting with Mr. Ben. Personally, my preference would be to point you in the direction of the Vorkosigan saga, as written by Lois McMaster Bujold. They are wonderful, and they are my favourite book series. Alright? We'll go down the line. Let's find out what you actually have been watching and doing and playing. Jack, how are you doing? What have you been doing online? Other than that.
Hey. I've been watching a lot of... My mind has gone completely blank. I've been catching up on The Prisoner.
Which one? The old one or the new one?
The old one, 1960s.
The old one,
it's
fantastic
very
stuff.
good. I've been greatly enjoying it.
I want to say Patrick McGowan, but it's
Yes.
Patrick... Right, good. I could be
Yeah.
wrong in saying Patrick McNee. No, it's Patrick McGowan.
Yes, fantastic actor.
Fantastic stuff.
Very enjoyable show.
Yes, and when you get to the end of it, don't worry about it making no sense whatsoever. We didn't understand it even when it was first out.
I'm pretty
saying
sure
we,
it's
too old for my sake.
I'm pretty sure it's not meant to make sense, honestly.
No, it's not. It was one of those surreal things. Dave, what have you been doing online, or what have you been playing or reading?
Well, I've recently started up a website for my miniatures painting service, which is at the moment called Orky Dave's Painting, but considering my performance in my specialist subject, I might be changing it just to Dave's Painting. I have a Facebook page. It's Orky Dave's Painting, and if you search for it on Facebook, you should be able to find it, with photos up there of my work. And if you fancy getting any models painted or whatever, drop me a message on it.
Excellent. And Chris, how have you been? What have you been looking at?
Haven't been doing anything particular online, but I would recommend, in general, Fail Better Games.
Fail Better Games.
Fail Better Games. Fallen London is a little browser game. It is free to play, but it doesn't pester you, and the only thing you can buy is more stories. If you don't like that, they've released a standalone top-down exploration version built off the same basic engine called Sunless Sea, which you can now buy on Steam.
Excellent. Well, this has been the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz podcast. You can find out more information. You can go apply to play. You can even submit some questions that aren't based around my personal TV and film watching experience at themissingmonkey.com. You can even, if you really want to, go on Twitter and find us at Dr. Missing Monkey. I'm not going to post very often, that's for damn certain. But that's where you find us. You can even find us on Facebook. I'm assuming that you can do that by searching for The Missing Monkey. This has been the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz podcast, and thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.